All right, welcome back to Inside Out Universe. I took a little bit of time off. You guys won't know that because I'll release these in order and properly. But I took a little bit of time off just to work on like the more back end type stuff. But I am excited to be back. I might be a little rusty. But today I have a very, very special guest. One of my friends, again, I wanted to make sure that I get him in the same season as his wifey so they can potentially show up together again. My friend's name is Ahmad. I always ask my guests what they want me to talk about and what they don't want to talk about. What are off limit topics? And every time they say what they don't want to talk about, that's the only thing I can think of. Anyways, hi Ahmad, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Ahmad's been my friend for how many years?
2014.
Yeah, so it's been a while. We first met when we were both like going through like a J. Cole kind of phase.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we both still love J. Cole, but we were heavy J. Cole listeners. So we kind of bonded over that. We had a mutual friend, Ali. He tried to set me up with Ali, which is crazy because like...
I was the mutual friend.
You were the mutual friend. Facts. Now he's the mutual friend. But yeah. At this point, I don't even know if we're friends anymore.
We are? What do you mean? I'm here, aren't I? You just introduced
That's
me
true.
as your friend.
I mean, I kind of have to do that. It's a formality. What am I going to say? My arch nemesis? But no, I don't even know if we're friends.
We are friends.
Prove to me that we're friends.
How do you want me to prove?
I don't know.
I mean, we've done so much together. I feel like we've gone to a lot of cottages, a lot of camps and stuff like that.
Yeah, but okay.
I don't
Fair.
know. I don't know what you like. What do you mean?
I'm kind of paranoid to be honest because I got into a fight with Ali Reza. Did he tell you about the fight we got into?
No, I've heard that you guys had a fight, but I don't know
Of course you heard, because if it happened, why would Ali Reza not tell everyone? Anyways, and we got into a fight, and this guy said when we fight, sometimes like we say hurtful shit, and by we I mean Ali, because I'm too busy yelling to even know what he said.
Yeah.
And he was like. I can make a group chat right now and everybody will tell you how much they hate you. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, why are you doing this to me, bro? I'm like, I'm going to go home and think about this at 4 a.m. So that's exactly what I did.
Okay.
I came home and it was 4 a.m. and I was sitting there and I was like, who are these friends that he's talking about? So I'm just like in my head, I'm going through a list of friends.
I'm the first on the interrogation
I thought about you because
list.
I was like, who's a friend that's like more of a friend to Ali than me? Oh. And then I was like, you're more of a friend to Ali than me.
Okay.
Ali's one of our other friends who does the edits for this podcast. And I was like, every other friend I knew first. Mm-hmm. Other than the friends that I don't really, I'm not close with, you know? You're the only one that was his friend first. He was like, he's like, you see all these friends, they're all my friends. And I was like, who the fuck is he talking about? Everyone's my friend first. It's only Ahmad. You can have that, bro.
See, I'm just a piece of meat getting thrown around back and forth. Just take him.
So it wasn't you? You wouldn't be a part of that
no,
group?
No.
If he made a group chat of
I didn't even know that's what he said.
Yeah, it was wild. It was diabolical.
That's crazy.
But if he made that just for the record, just so we can set the record straight, and because Ali's watching, so if he made a group chat of like who hates Donya, would you or would you not participate?
I would not participate.
Okay, but you would DM him privately and be like, "Yeah, bro, fucker." Not a won't be caught lacking in the group chat.
No. To be honest with you, Ali has made that pretty clear. Me and you are his top friends. Like I don't feel comfortable if I want to even talk shit about you to him. So
you should. He loves that.
Yeah, he does.
Apparently, but I don't fucking know.
I've never like done that. Like so, I don't know.
You should try.
You talk shit about me to him.
There's nothing to talk shit about. I wish I had some more material to work with. You know,
same goes here.
There's no material really. Have I ever talked shit about you to Adidas? I don't really talk shit to Adidas because you know how I am. Like, if I feel any kind of way, like, you'll be the first person to know about it.
You usually say
I
to
think
them,
maybe I may have mentioned one time, like, I think this is a long time ago, of like, you don't call Ahmad enough, or like, you don't. There's not the opposite
shit.
of talking
Yeah,
shit.
that's like
It's the only other time, because like, you're one of, like, I would consider, like, you're the only, like you said, you're the only other person that I would consider, like, to be as close to Adidas as me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's no point. Damn, we need to write a book about how to deal with this guy. Guys, trust me, this guy's not an easy person to be friends with.
No, he's gonna fuck up this edit.
How long have you? Yeah, imagine.
This isn't getting ever edited. Like,
the whole video is just him picking his nose. Wait, how long have you known Adidas?
I've known him since 2013.
Oh, so around the same time as
Yeah, it was like 2013.
And why wasn't I invited to your wedding?
We haven't had a wedding yet.
I asked Nushin too, and Nushin was like, Ahmad told me you asked them why you weren't invited to our wedding. And I was like, yeah, bro, I want answers. Like, help me out here. But she said the same thing. She's like, we didn't have a wedding. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was an engagement party.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, since then till now, like, my group of friends has like gotten so much more. Like, there's so many people
you upgraded.
I think no, I haven't upgraded. I've added to my inventory.
okay, that's good.
But to be honest, I right now, like a couple days ago, I was thinking about it. I was like, I keep thinking at the engagement party we had like so many people that I know now, but like I feel like they were there, but
they weren't. Yeah, for sure. I know that firsthand. Is like friendships aren't always like linear, you know, like sometimes like there will be like periodic times where you're closer with other people, and at the time when you guys did get engaged, we weren't even really close. Like I wasn't even like seeing you guys. So I get that. That's cool. It's all good.
You'll get your invite.
Dude, the funniest thing that Nushin said, by the way, guys, if you guys have seen these, have been watching, I'm going to try to put everything in proper order so that you guys know who's who. But Nushin, who was here last time, right before this episode, is his wife. They got married 2 years ago. You've been married for 2 years now, right? Yeah. 2 years ago. And then I was asking her to tell me you guys' proposal story. And she was like, I'm so mad, bro. She's like, the whole time I was holding a cardigan. So when Ahmad leaned in to hug me, I had to give him a side hug. I'm like, say, where did he propose to you? And you gave him a side hug.
Oh my God. I actually have that video on my phone. No one has seen it. So
was it good? Was it a good proposal? Were you nervous?
Honestly, because of Persian parents, the fun and the excitement of it got kind of sucked out.
Why? Because they planned everything to a T?
Because no, they wanted everything done fast, and they wanted.
Why was she pregnant?
No, do you see a kid?
That's what I was saying. Why did it need to be fast?
No, okay, so we had gotten a condo, and it was like
he said, do you see a kid? Yeah, Ali.
Fuck.
Because you got a condo.
Yeah. So,
I get it. So we
got a condo. We wanted to move in together, and our parents wanted us to kind of
be married before you move in together. Of course. How else were you going to move in together? Like whores?
Like whores. So yeah, we had to do all of that, and we did all the ceremonies and stuff. We got the official stuff out of the way. We moved in. 2 months. I told her that I'll give her the ring. The ring that I got her was like two rings, like set. So I gave her the small one first at the ceremony, and then I was like, I'll propose this one like whenever. You'll know, honestly, because it was so obvious. So
because you still wanted to keep like an element of surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wanted to see if she's a good roommate first.
No.
Imagine after 2 months you're like, actually, give me that back.
Give me the small. So what happened was that we moved in after everything, and 2 months later, I planned a vacation for us. We went to LA.
Yeah, she told me you went to Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
She called me bougie, and I was like, yo, shut the fuck up talking about I got proposed to at Blue Lagoon.
So It's a beach. It's not a restaurant.
Yeah, but
it's
the way
not
she said it, and like I saw her Instagram pictures of like
No, it's not Blue Lagoon. It's Laguna Beach.
that one, whatever. See, I don't even know the name. And then you guys were posting pictures in like a Ferrari and like whatever, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I just
okay.
rented a Ferrari for like the couple days we were there, and yeah,
Oh, okay.
that
Sorry.
was for me.
Something
That was
light.
that was for me. That was mainly for me.
I cooked her on that, and she was like, "That's not me. That's Ahmad." And I was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
that's your husband. That's all you, sweetie."
True. So that was all for me. But yeah, it was fun. We the day I proposed, we went to Laguna Beach. We went and had some lunch like at a restaurant around there. It was really nice. We've been to LA a couple times, but that was our first time there. It was,
She told me she was sideways. Were you sideways too?
what do you mean?
Like drunk?
Yeah, at first, yeah, we took a couple of shots, and then like I felt better. Like it was just at the beginning, like when you
Yeah.
take 3 shots in a row,
Yeah.
it kicks in at once. So
But I feel like the nerves like sober you up, no? Were you not nervous?
It was okay. It was okay. I wasn't that nervous. Like I said, it wasn't like.
Do you think she
I-
knew?
To be honest, why I wasn't nervous was probably because I thought that she knew, but
Oh, she didn't. She told me she did.
she didn't know which day I was gonna. She knew I was gonna propose on that vacation there on that trip, but she didn't know which day when. Right. So
Yeah.
when we went, we drove down the road a little bit, and then there was a place called Thousand Step Beach. Honestly,
No, cooked.
you cross the road, there's just like a stairway that goes down all the way. It just goes down like, I don't know if it's actually 1,000 steps. I don't think it is 1,000 steps.
That's a
but
lot,
like,
yeah.
it was a lot. Like coming back up,
And you had to come
take
back
a
up
break.
too?
Well,
There was no escalator?
no, it's the beach.
That's crazy.
So we went down the escalator. I was gonna say the stairs, and we walked down the beach a little bit. There was just like there was so many people there. So we walked down. We walked as far as we could before like the water just cuts you off, and there wasn't anyone there. So she was like taking pictures and looking at the water and stuff. So I just turned around and
That's fire.
I ran, put my phone on like a rock, tilted.
And you didn't
then-
think to tell her to put her cardigan down?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry,
Next
babe.
time.
Next time.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I have a sinus infection because it's been raining so much.
Okay.
And when it rains, like the pressure and stuff gives me
Oh,
like really bad migraines and like sinus infections. Don't worry, it's not contagious. You're good.
No, I'm good. Okay.
Another video. Okay, so there's obviously many reasons why I wanted to have both of you on this podcast. My reasoning for wanting Nushin to be on the podcast is Ali just advocated for her hard. I just was like, and he's like, that's my favorite video.
Okay.
And then second, like I told her too when she was here, she's so trendy. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
She's such a vibe.
That's kind of like one of my favorite things about her.
She's so trendy. Yeah, she's fire. So it was really good. And I don't know why, something about the combination of me and her, bro, she made me so scatterbrained because we were talking about a million things at once.
She's
It was
all
so
over
funny.
the
But I
place.
watched it back and it was hilarious. And then obviously because you guys are like two of my closest friends.
Yeah.
And then, but there's another element to it is you guys are like the first people like my age from our friend group to get married.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you guys about that experience. I did ask Nushin a little bit, but then we got sidetracked with so much other stuff. How was that? How is being married? Because you're 27?
28.
28. And you
Yeah.
got married 2 years ago, so when you were 26.
26.
Okay, so what was the point where you were like, how did you know she was the one?
Well, we got together in 2016. We were together for like 6 years before we got married. So in the beginning, like you probably remember, my back's like was fucked up and everything.
He had
so,
like a really bad injury.
back bad injury.
His back was fucked.
Yeah, it was fucked up, and like for someone to get in a relationship in the beginning stages and you not being able to take them out as often and doing stuff like
I
that.
thought you were going in a completely different direction.
Don't your dad insane.
You're not being able to,
Oh,
I understand. Everything in between. We can read between the lines. Go on.
dad insane. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to
get
pay
it.
Ali Rizzo to cut these
No,
out.
you're gonna be there with like your glasses while he's editing. Okay, no, I get it.
Yeah, so it was like, it wasn't. I couldn't do a lot of things with her, so shut the fuck up.
Bro, you're handing it to me on a silver platter.
Listen,
Linda.
stay professional.
Okay, I'll try. I'm sorry.
So the fact that she stayed with me those years and everything, like. All right, let's go to the next topic.
No, I get it. Okay, for everybody who's okay, let me talk for a little while so I can get my thing situated. So for everybody who doesn't know, you had a herniated disc?
I had 2 herniated discs.
But he was down bad, guys. Like he couldn't even walk straight. Like you were sideways.
The pain was so bad that the like my body would shift itself and it would cause like my spine to be in a scoliosis, S-shaped scoliosis.
Yeah, I just remember I felt
I was
so
just
bad
like
because
this.
you were always
Yeah.
in pain. Like you couldn't even like sit or stand or do anything without discomfort. So I get that, and that was at the beginning of you when you met her. So for you to just meet someone and already be down bad,
I was okay the like first 6 months. I was also working at a retail store, so I was up all the time standing.
Oh shit, that's
so
crazy.
so slowly my back was getting worse and worse, and then like 6 months into the relationship, 8 months in, my back was really bad.
Did you have surgery then?
Yeah, for the next like 2 years, like mid 2018, I got my surgery done, and then that's it. No, I was.
Before we move on to, because I do want to ask you a little bit about that surgery, because I have a really fucked up back too. It's nowhere near what yours is, but still, how was that process with Nushin? Like, was she like obviously she was there for you, otherwise you wouldn't have married her. But like, what was that like?
So to be honest with you, the process of it, well, I got emergency surgery.
Oh shit!
Because I couldn't. Any doctor, specialist, any doctor I went and saw, they were like, "Oh, you're too young. Nothing's wrong. Like you should do exercises. Try to get better with exercises. Like another way, anything but surgery."
Thanks.
And yeah. So, and on my MRI, the report, first MRI I did, I only got the report, and the report only said mild disc. Like herniated disc. Like,
if that was mild, I don't want to see what.
So that's what they put. That was the first time. So that's why mainly the doctors would say off of the report. That's what they would say.
But could you see it in the MRI?
No. So my mistake was that I didn't go and get the tape for it.
Oh
right.
Shit.
They offered it, but I was like, I'll just get the report. I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
So couple years passes. I finally, like, one of our family friends, he's had the same issue. Like, he's had the surgery like 3 times, and he knew the doctor, and like just bugging him nonstop, telling him about my situation. And eventually they, like, not even through my family doctor, they reached out to me because they denied our like referrals and stuff.
Yeah.
So they reached out to me. They gave me an appointment like 2 months before the MRI appointment, and they're booked for a year.
Yeah.
And he gave me an appointment. I was like, I can't come on this day, blah, 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 for my MRI. And the next thing you know, they gave me an appointment 2 days later after it. I get my MRI. I go there. The doctor sees me. The appointment took like 15-20 minutes max. He's popped my like video of my MRI in and saw what he's looking at, and he was like, how are you walking now? And
it was that bad.
Yeah, he's like, if I don't do your surgery like tomorrow, I don't know if you'll walk next week. I can't guarantee it. It was really bad.
So wait, could something like that cause like paralysis?
Yeah, so I was going paralyzed. That's what he was saying. He's like, you're gonna go paralyzed. You're not gonna, from waist down below, you won't be able to walk.
Is it because it would keep shifting?
No, so it was bulging disc, right? So
Yeah.
uh from there's a canal right that goes down your spine, and it's all the nerves that goes
That's where
down
they
your
get the
legs.
spinal
Yeah.
fluid from, right?
So it's your spinal cord.
Yeah.
So it was pushing that, like there was two discs bulging and cutting like that canal off with where
Oh
all the
shit.
nerves. So all my legs were like pain
You'd get
nerves. So
numb?
that's why my muscles were always cramping. I was in nerve pain. My body
Was
would
it
shift and everything
excruciating?
like that.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be like ignorant.
Yeah,
I just want to
yeah.
know what the pain felt like.
Yeah, it was excruciating.
Was it
I
like
mean,
sciatic type pain?
so? Yeah, sciatic. It was mainly like imagine sciatic.
Because I get sciatic pain, but I can imagine yours was
it
probably 10
started
times.
off like that. It started off being like with my sciatic nerve, and slowly like it got worse and worse, and it was just like all the nerves to your leg just being like, I don't know, I can't explain the feeling. It's
Yeah, it's just
very
fucked.
weird, but all your body is cramping, and it's just like
Were you scared?
lot of
Were you
pain.
scared for the surgery? Because I've heard that it's like a risky surgery.
To be honest, when I went into the doctor's appointment, I was like, the guy's gonna tell me probably either no surgery, or he's gonna say come 2 to 3 months appointment, so I can mentally prepare for that. But what happened was that when he saw me, he's just like, come tomorrow 6 a.m. Go right now. Go downstairs to this department and that department. Do your blood work and heart tape and all that.
Shit.
Come tomorrow 6 a.m. And when I heard that, I legit started feeling the cold sweat on my body. Like
Of
it was
course,
so
yeah.
weird. But I went and did all the tests, and I was more happy because the pain I was experiencing at that time, I would million times if that happens to me again and a surgery is the answer, I'll do it, no problem. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing,
So
honestly,
what did he
compared
do
the
to your
pain.
back?
So from what I know is he just basically shaved off that piece of
The bulging.
disc. Yeah. I don't know, there's maybe that's what he saw, that there's still enough disc and he could do that. I don't know if how it goes, but if this happens to me again, I don't know if this is a possibility. I would ask the doctor for like a plate disc,
Oh,
because
really?
they do that. They did that
Yeah,
for
that's
like
what I was wondering.
like a UFC fighter, like Aljamain
You're comparing
Sterling.
yourself to UFC.
No, but I'm saying they do that, so why not? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you
of course.
can find
If you're
a doctor.
renting a fucking Ferrari in Laguna Beach for 2 days, you can get
Okay. Don't do that.
I'm just fucking around. So at this time, when this was happening, you were with Nushin.
Yeah.
And was your recovery like a long process or no?
2 weeks.
2
You
weeks?
saw me during that recovery week.
And then after that, it was just...
Yeah, no, I came like the first or second day I was able to come out the house. I came to the studio actually, and you and Ali Reza were outside.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember.
And
Yeah.
I came and I was mad at Ali.
Why?
I don't know why. We're always mad at
Yeah,
him for some
yeah.
reason.
You never need to look for a reason to be mad at Ali. There's always plenty presented to you at any time, any given time. You just gotta pick. But yeah, and then after that, it was just uphill for you and Nushin.
Yeah, after that it was good. It was just like uphill.
Great. Okay, so yeah. By the way, that sucks. I'm sorry you had to go through that. That's actually horrible.
Yeah,
I've really fucked up back
alright.
pain too, and it's not nearly as bad as yours is. But like sometimes I legit like don't know what to do with myself. I get so
Yeah.
frustrated. And same thing with me, bro. Like I've had the worst back pain to a point where like my legs go fully paralyzed. Like I can't move my legs. If I stand, I feel like a sharp sciatic pain,
Yeah.
and I literally feel like it's the most excruciating pain ever.
Yeah, for me it was kind of the same. There was a point I went to Texas, like Dallas, for one of my dad's friend. He was visiting us here, and he saw me, and he's a chiropractor. He's like, just bring him over because you're coming over to visit. Bring him over for a couple
Was
days.
he Persian?
I'll look after him. No, he's Persian. Yeah.
I love how Persians are like, when you're coming over for tea, bring your son. Let me just check
Yeah.
out his back real quick.
So we went there, and he saw my back, and then he referred me to someone he knows that deals with scoliosis. That's a whole other thing. I went to Minnesota for 2 weeks treatment, but
So bougie around the world for treatment.
No, just
I just went
the US.
to a couple doctors down here, and they kept
I went to
getting
the
me to do
doctors here.
X-rays.
They didn't do shit except
Dude,
one.
I keep going, and I'm like, this can't be normal, and the results keep coming
Get
back, and
an
they're like, it's
MRI.
nothing.
Have you got
I'm
an
scared.
MRI? Oh, well, it is a little
How long were you laying in there?
claustrophobic. Huh?
How long were you laying in there?
20 minutes. Some 15 to 30 minutes is like how long.
But
you're
I've
in there.
heard it's like a
It's-
grave.
You're in there like those type of thoughts, if you let them like get
Did
in
you
your
think
head.
about that?
Yeah. The second time. First time I don't think so, but the second time I almost panicked. It was little, because you're in there and then there's like a loud sound, like just a machine.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a machine moving around. It's just so loud.
What did you do did you sleep or
And
did
you can't move. They tell you not to move, like not even an inch, or they have to redo it, and it's so uncomfortable.
what if you get
And
itchy?
literally, you're itchy everywhere. I was dying. I was like laying there trying not to move, and like your butt cracks, so it's
Itching, yeah, of course. Because when you think about, I don't want to get itchy,
Yeah.
you get itchy.
I'm getting itchy
right
right
now.
now.
That's what I was like. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, but I have to go do that, but I didn't. Anyways, so your dad's friend said, "Bring your son. Let me." See.
Yeah, so I went over. He took a look, and he was like, "What was I trying to say with that? Where was I going with that?"
I was trying to tell you that like I went to the doctors and stuff, and no one could do anything for me. I had like sciatic pain.
Oh yeah. So I went there, and then from there, like I went to another place to Minnesota because he referred me, but still like I needed surgery, and my final option was like this guy that decided to see me, and on a whim, like honestly, like they called me and they saw me, and he gave me a surgery date the next day, and I was so
you
lucky.
got your surgery in Minnesota?
No, here,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But the Minnesota one, it was another like treatment thing I went to.
But I'm glad you got that done though, because it was really hard. Like even as your friend watching you be in so much pain.
Yeah.
And then look at you, and then you got your back fixed, and then you
Yeah.
got married. That's great. Okay, so what does it feel like? This is what I want to know. Sometimes, okay, I think of myself as someone that is very family oriented, and I eventually like to get married and like have a family. But then I'm also the type of person where when I think about getting married, I'm like, like I'm like.
What scares you?
I think I'm such a fluid person, and when I mean fluid, I don't mean like just like in terms of like like wanting a different person. It's not like that. I could commit to a person for a long time. It's just I change so much. Like you've known me since what? You said 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
How many different versions of me have you seen?
Yeah.
So many. So I'm like, what if I meet someone that likes the version of me that I am?
Sorry, I just
started
remembered your dreads version.
Yeah, I had so many
You're
different
getting
versions.
your dreads done.
Yeah. And I'm like, what if I meet someone in my dread season
Yeah.
and then I want to go into my buzz cut season?
Yeah.
What happens
that's
then?
True.
You know? I don't know. I'm just scared that I change so much. And like, I want to like get up in the morning. I'm the type of person where I get up in the morning. I literally got up on one day and I was like, I want to move somewhere else. And I literally applied to law school in Chicago and I drove down there in a U-Haul by myself.
I feel like you have to find someone that matches your energy like that.
Imagine
like,
my freak.
Yeah, literally.
What's
like,
that song? It's like, can someone you make
Yeah,
front
it's
freak? Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
what I
God.
need.
So yeah, like you need someone to match your energy, and kind of, would you be able to be with someone who's like yourself, fluid and changes a lot and everything?
Yeah, I think okay, because with me, I am still like, I still do like stability in a lot of different things, but like in the things that don't really matter, like what job I'm doing right now or whatever, I like to try new things, you know, because life is short, whatever. In that regard, yeah, but I couldn't be with someone who's like irresponsible and just wants to wake up in the morning and go be friggin' mountain divers, like,
Okay,
you know?
you just have to find someone that like matches your energy. Honestly, you'll eventually come across someone that is just like
Insane enough to tolerate me.
you'll understand. You'll know who's gonna like go with every season of Donya and
See, this past relationship of mine, I thought you guys all met him. I thought this one was the one. But it wasn't. And you know why but it wasn't. And you know why I thought it was the one? Because he was so different than me. And I was actually going to ask you when you said, oh, you got to find someone that matches your energy. It worked with him because he wasn't the same as me. He was so much more laid back and so much more whatever. And in a weird way that worked. But then after a little while, I was like, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel like this. It's not that it doesn't excite me. This doesn't inspire me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be with someone who's constantly inspired. Is that a thing, or is that like not a thing?
It's I don't think that's a, I mean, it is to some point true, to some levels true, but I don't think it's always like you have to feel inspired by the person you're with.
Well, then I feel dead inside.
Well, no, there's so many things you can find inspiration in, but someday, not always. I'm not saying that person isn't gonna be that person is gonna be inspirational every day of the week, you know. They're gonna have their down days. They're gonna have their...
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But you know what I mean? Like I have such a mentality of like, we only live once, and whatever life we have, we have to make the most of.
Yeah.
So even in my down times or whatever, I'm always inspired to get out of it and to do more and to want more and to change things and to have more fun, and you know. And I can't, like, with him, he was like that in a lot of regards, but not the way that I was. So it got to a point where I was like, I feel like my life has gotten dull, and I don't like this version of myself.
Okay.
The version of myself that I
was it getting too like comfortable?
I was becoming a lot like him, and he was very like laid back.
Was he adapting your traits too, or no?
Yeah, and the balance that we found was not a balance that I fucked with. It was way too like stale for me.
Trial and what was it?
Error, trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
2 years.
I know.
It sucks.
2 years?
Yeah, we
That's
were together
crazy.
for 2 years, but then
I really like him. I
know,
still like him, you know, like as a person, I really fuck with him.
You know what he told me one time that I didn't know if I should be offended or not? He was like, my favorite thing about you is your friends. I was like,
I mean, it's like kind of like a like a
backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
No, he really did love you guys. Honestly, great guy. Amazing.
we
Sweetest
all
person
love
ever. I
him
have so
too,
much
you
love
know?
for him.
Yeah.
Amazing. But it was just, it wasn't, like when I asked Nushin, she says she just knew. She's like, he was my best friend. Like, he's my best friend. I feel comfortable with him. I can be myself around him, whatever, this and that. He was my best friend too, and I was comfortable too, but like, I stopped being my own best friend, if that makes sense. I stopped liking myself as much as I used to. You know, because like the version of me that I like is the version of me that's like on the go and adventurous and whatever, and I wasn't like that anymore.
You gotta find someone with the same lifestyle then.
I know. Fuck.
Lifestyle, like, has their work. I mean, from what I understand, you told me he worked from home mainly, right?
Yeah.
Work was mainly on computer. And
Yeah.
So you need someone more of like office job. Maybe doesn't mean they're boring, you know, but like more
To
of
go
like
out
to
and
go
do-
out
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do think I need that, and I think I need to be with someone that's a little bit more. And this is nothing on him. He could have 2-hour long conversations about the things that he was
Yeah.
interested in.
Yeah.
But we weren't interested in the same things,
Yeah.
so we could never talk about things. And I love talking about things.
Yeah. You like to get philosophical. And,
Yeah, I love
and
that.
like I feel like you need someone where when you talk to them most of the time you feel elevated and like
Inspired.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Do you feel inspired by Nushin? If you don't, you can say it. We'll just cut it out.
no, I do feel inspired, but like I've never, like, to be honest, like I find inspiration in a different way. I've never looked at it like the person I'm with. I mean, yes, they inspire me in a lot of ways, but like to get up and go work every day, to have a life, to like make a living, and all those things are inspiration, you know. But it's just like I find inspiration in music sometimes. I find it in different things, in a movie.
You know that's really healthy. I just wanted to let you know, that's actually a very healthy answer. I'm very proud of you for saying that. And you're very fortunate for feeling that way, because I talked to my therapist about what I'm telling you right now. And he was like, why do you need to find like inspiration from your partner?
Yeah.
He's like, you could find inspiration from your friends. You can find inspiration from like other things in your life. It doesn't all have to be on the thing. So that is very healthy that you think that way. I wish I thought that way.
Like for me, it's like kind of, when I came in here, honestly, like saw this setup, saw you like go all out with this, you know, it inspired me. I was like, now I kind of want to do something like this. Or when I hear Roham record a song, I really like it or something, I'm like, oh, I want to go record a song. Yeah. You know, I want to do this. I get inspired in those ways, you know.
Yeah. Maybe I should shift my focus to like, and gaining it. I do gain inspiration from a lot of things. It's just for me to spend time, because you've always known me, even back when you first met me. Yeah. I've always been a loner. I always lived by myself. I always been in my own like whatever. So for me to want to share my space with somebody else, it's got to be somebody I really fuck with. Yeah. Because otherwise, I'd rather just be on my ones. Yeah. To be honest, you know. But I was telling Nushin this, and I'll tell you this too. This is really fucking adorable, by the way. It's kind of creepy, but I'm still gonna tell you. We went to the cottage that one time, and we were all staying in the same room. You and Nushin were in the same room as me, Heli, and Matab, and everyone. Okay. And I woke up in the morning, and they had left the door open. The guys left the door open, so the whole cottage was freezing. Do you remember that? Yeah. And it was so cute. You guys were like cuddling, and she had like the blanket over you, and she was like, you were the little spoon, by the way. And she was like keeping you warm. It was so cute. And that almost, like, I'm not gonna lie, that moment almost made me cry a little bit, because I was like, that's so fucking adorable, bro. Yeah.
To be honest, when me and her moved in together, it never felt like, oh, we're moving in, oh, let's see what I'm gonna like about her and what I'm gonna dislike. Because when you live with someone, you start to like learn a lot of new things about them, you know. And I feel like for us, it was it was very much like, it felt natural, because we've been on a lot of trips together, and we also spent a lot of time, like, she always came over to my parents' house, like she was always over at my place. So like it slowly felt natural. And then when we moved out, it was just like, we've been living together, you know.
I feel like that's how you know it's meant to be, though, you know, because, and if you'd asked me this a few years back, my answer would have been completely different. But when I was talking to Nushin about like, oh, what made you guys want to get married, she gave me this answer that was like really, like, it was actually a really, really cute answer when I thought about it. She was like, honestly, like, we dated and everything and whatever, it just felt like the next step. She was like, it just felt like the natural. So the way she was talking about it, she didn't sound like she had any anxiety, any whatever, where a lot of people, when they talk about getting married, it's a big step, it's a whatever, this and that. But the way she was talking about it was just so peaceful, and so
we were both accepted by both of our families, you know. They both sides wanted this to happen, you know. So like there wasn't any nerves with it. Like, we were just like, there's no difference. I don't know. It didn't feel like a big difference that, oh, we're married now. The only thing when you get married, in my opinion, that changes is that the way people treat you is a little bit different. Really?
Tell me about that.
It's just like, I don't know. You get treated as a married person. It's a different type of like in my family, like within my own family, like I feel like now I'm looked at part of the adults. Now I'm like,
because you know,
married. So because like I'm married now, like I have my own life going on and stuff like that. So it's a little different.
We do that to you guys too.
So you guys, like I feel like there are some like married couple privileges we have too. Like
there are.
Like, for example, when we go to cottage, we get our own room. Like, and like we're very appreciative and thankful of that.
Yeah, because premarital sex is haram. That's why they're the only ones that get their own room. Everybody else is split into men and women. Men on this side, women on this side.
Men in the basement.
We meet on the dance floor at dawn. To side trance and acid techno. That's our love story. That's our friend group's love story. We meet on the dance floor at dawn. But no, you're right. But like even when you guys got married, it kind of, I don't know if this is weird or not, but whenever I talk about our friends to people that I'm friends with outside of our friend group, right? Because I love our friend group, so I'm always like, any chance I get to like brag about our friends, I do. I'm like, oh, Ali does this person does this, like it's whatever. Ever since you guys got married, for me, it's such a flex. I tell everyone. I'll be like, oh, I'm just texting my friend, and my friend will be like, oh, I'll be like, oh, my friend Ahmad, he just got married to my other friend.
It's been like 2 years.
It's been 2 years. They're around the same age as us. They're like, they have their lives super together. I don't know. It's a flex.
It's just like, I feel like you can get out of a lot of things too.
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Have you ever tried getting out of stuff because you're married?
Yeah, but not that often. Just like
if someone tries to invite you out, you're like, oh, my wife, she has a headache.
Nothing like that. I'd be like, oh, like, I don't know. I'm fucking outing myself. I'm outing myself right now. It's
okay. The people that you lie to get out of things, they would never watch my podcast.
Hopefully. I don't know. There's a lot of like, for example, like I'd be like, oh, like she's not feeling well, but that's like the textbook.
She's in the back having like flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
Your next episode of Game of Thrones is playing.
Literally.
Just hang up.
but yeah, mainly like sometimes if honestly that's it.
Do you
I'm
feel
gonna
pressure?
stop talking because I'm outing myself.
It's okay, don't worry, I got you. Ali, make sure you play this part back 4 times.
Oh, shit.
Do you feel pressure?
Where? Here?
Yes, that's a good one too. Yes, I'm under a lot of pressure. I'm about to puke right now. No, I mean like obviously like as a man there's a lot of like expectation on you to begin with, and then you get married, and I would imagine that expectation even increases.
Yeah. Now the expectation is, when are you gonna have a baby and stuff like that.
When are you gonna have a baby?
Not now.
Okay,
not
fair
now.
enough.
We're not planning on having a baby anytime soon, just because we want to like enjoy these last couple years and get it out of our system, whatever it is, like, you know.
Absolutely. Travel.
Yeah, travel, party. Well, partying isn't that important, but like traveling mainly. But yeah, and to be honest, we don't have too much time on that left either. So it's just like
even
slowly.
if you never decide to have kids, bro, like honestly, like I know obviously being especially from like a Persian family, there's like that pressure of like whatever. But to be honest, like I'm a very like fearless person, so I don't care saying no to anybody. My parents don't like anything I do. Like you know what I mean? So it's whatever. But even if I wasn't that kind of person, when it comes to children, I would draw the line. I wouldn't make anybody pressure me into having children if I didn't want to.
Yeah, they say it to us, but we don't feel pressured. We've told them that.
Because you guys are boys.
No, same. Well, me, also Noosh too. She's under the same pressure.
But that's what I'm saying. But she was when I talked to her about it, she was really cool about it too. She's on your side. Yeah,
like we're both like on the same page. We've talked about it. We know like what the plan is. But if for example we decide that before the time we planned, it's time, we do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I want to kind of be sure about everything and have everything set up before.
Yeah, and you guys are just like now, like you have a dog and a cat. Like you guys have such a cute little family.
I already have 2 sons. Yeah,
they're the best. They're so cute.
Thank you.
And I watch you guys' like stories and stuff all the time, and I obviously know you guys have been to your house and stuff. It's such a cute family, bro. I would want to enjoy that shit forever. Like there's nothing missing. It's perfect.
It's just entertainment every night.
Yeah.
Every night when we're both on the couch, they go crazy.
They're the best.
Just play it.
First of all, I've always thought that cats like need to stay home. This cat goes everywhere. This cat's a dog.
No, we don't take him out that much. He's home most of the time.
Dude, he goes on car rides.
Yeah, we take him on car rides and stuff.
He was licking ice cream one time.
Yeah, but he's not like out. We don't let him out like out the house.
Yeah,
or
like he's
in
not
the
an
park.
outdoor cat. Yeah.
Like I don't want him to even get the. Like they said, like if he gets the taste of that life,
they get feral.
They're gonna start like meowing crazy and stuff like that. So I was like making sure that he doesn't become that.
He's so cute, and your dog too.
But yeah, so we have him on leash most of the time when we take him out.
What kind of cat is he again?
He's a Bengal.
He's so cute. And then
Thank
what
you.
kind of dog do you have?
He's a Yorkie Schnauzer.
He's shaped like a meatball. I said this and I don't think Nushin liked it very much.
I don't like it very
But-
much either.
Really? He's so cute. His width and his length are the same.
No, you know what it is? He's I think he has gained weight, but right now his fur is long, so he
Such a
does
good
look
boy.
chubbier. But I think since we neutered him, because we neutered him pretty late, like 2 years old, two and a half, 3. So
Oh, wow,
yeah.
okay.
So for the longest time, he had a snatch race. He was like fit. He was
Ooh,
like
BBL Drizzy.
yeah. So he
With BBL
yeah,
Marzi.
BBL Marzi. So yeah, he I think after his surgery he started gaining weight because you're supposed to cut down their food.
Yeah,
like when they get thing,
Aw.
but he's still good.
He's
yeah.
such a good. I didn't even know he was overweight, to be honest. I couldn't even
Yeah.
tell because
Yeah, he's not really. I don't think he is though. To
He's
be
just a
honest.
thick boy.
His doctor hasn't said
He's
anything.
thickums.
So yeah, he's
He's a little
thickums.
thick. If you guys did have a child, you don't have to say yes just for saying yes.
Okay.
Would you let me babysit? Do you think Nushin would let me babysit?
First, we would have to ask my parents and her parents probably. To
What if
see
there was, like,
they'll let us
nobody
to
else?
have the baby. My dad's already been like, your first baby is mine." He's like, "Yeah."
I know how Persian parents are, but I mean, like, let's say hypothetically speaking, nobody else could watch your kid. It's just Donia.
You're,
Would you let me?
you're responsible.
I'm
yeah.
so responsible. That's
From
I
my
just wanted
side,
to
yeah.
know.
From
Yeah.
Nushin, I'm sure she would. Be
I feel
okay
like
too.
now she's seen more like where I
Yeah.
live and stuff
Yeah,
like
she's
that.
like,
I'll
"Oh,
baby
she
proof
got
my
her
whole
shit
house.
together."
When she was here, she was like, "You have a girl's house," and I was like,
She loved it. She loved your
"Really?
house. Yeah,
Nice." I'm
She was
happy
telling
with
me
that.
about your bathroom, like the Spider-Man. The
Yeah, I did like a
comics and
Marvel
stuff.
and
yeah.
DC type bathroom.
Yeah.
That made me so happy. She was like, "Yo, you have a girl's house," and I was like, "What does that mean?" She was like, for example, like if I wasn't like with someone and my
Yeah.
parents weren't involved in like how I decorate my house, I would like do fun
Yeah.
stuff too. But she was like, "You know how Persian parents are, bayad make sense book on it. It has to make sense."
Yeah,
Yeah. So I get that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But now I have no furniture.
oh, you know, what do you mean?
You see my living room? There's no
I
furniture in
didn't-
it.
I didn't look around.
Yeah, I don't have any furniture in my living room, in my main living room area, because I got rid of everything. I redecorated
Okay.
because I wanted to make it a little bit cozier. Before
Okay.
it was a lot more like you know those
Modern,
like
cold.
like Art Deco type vibes.
Oh, okay, like
Yeah.
minimalistic. And
Yeah, and like very uncomfortable and
Okay.
yeah.
Sitting on a rock.
What do you think about this podcast endeavor for me? Tell me the honest truth. Are you judging me?
No.
Am I too old to be doing this?
No, actually, I feel like you're at the right age to be doing this. I feel like when I heard about it, I was like, "That's an interesting, like,
Name?
I don't know that. No, not name.
Concept?
I didn't. Yeah, like I didn't for you because you were doing like music and stuff, right? So you just went into like you started wanting to do podcasts, but I also understand. I was like, it makes sense for her because you like talking and getting deep about subjects
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So that it made sense when I heard about it, but I wasn't expecting you to start a podcast.
This is really comfortable for me, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. Like
yeah.
I feel like this is a very comfortable way for me to express
You're a very
myself.
good host. You,
Thank
like,
you.
I don't feel any like
Pressure?
stress or pressure
Good.
or anything.
I'm very
yeah.
happy. Yeah, and I also wanted to because I watch a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
And like I always every time I watch podcasts, for some reason I get so much anxiety. And maybe this is just me, but I think I get anxiety because every podcast that I watch is of people that are doing so much better than me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because obviously you have to have something going for you to be on a Joe Rogan podcast
I
or Bad Friends
understand,
podcast
yeah.
or whatever, right? So I always get so much anxiety and I'm like, I never really learn much about the guests other than what's already out there. You know, like if Elon Musk goes on a podcast, you talk about his accomplishments, his whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of want to do a podcast with just normal people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just talk about normal people
That's
shit.
very good. That's if you look at the concept of remember that was it an Instagram account, the guy or a Facebook page that used to take pictures of people with their story and their caption in New York. You know that one? It was
No.
just the guy would go street photographer, take a picture of someone and then write their story in the bottom.
I remember.
So
that.
it's kind of like same type of concept. It's a nice, it's a niche type of thing, and that's what you need in this type of industry.
Yeah.
And what you're gonna, I feel like personally, what you're gonna really, really like push to get an audience for your podcast is, I mean, the culture, the topics that's going on every day and stuff, but clipping and just, I know Ali Reza's doing that, so just as long as you get that part
just get
of
on
it,
the socials and stuff.
Clip TikTok, just keep posting and stay on topic, like and like whenever it starts going and everything's like more easier, this is more of like your flow, start doing like subjects that like more recent podcasts with the recent topics, so you can start posting like clips.
I don't, anything in my life that I've ever thought too much about, I've ruined. Maybe this is just me, but I feel like when I over prepare myself for something, I give myself a lot of anxiety, and then I just can't execute it properly. So the one thing that I told myself I was going to do this podcast is obviously everything that I do on this podcast, down to like the guests and the setup and everything, is planned by me.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I've told myself I was going to let everything unfold very organically.
Yeah.
The only thing that I had in mind was that, like, obviously when I get this podcast off the ground, I would love to have more established guests, have any kind of guests. Like, to me, I'm open for anything.
Yeah.
But the thing that I want to do different with my podcast is, like, I don't want to talk about we can, but I don't want to focus on accomplishments that are things you could put down on a resume. Like, I don't want to know what you've done for work and what you've whatever. I want to know about, like, I remember I watched one, I can't remember if it was one podcast or something about Elon Musk where he was like, where they asked him, do you ever feel lonely? That was the only interview by Elon Musk that I remember.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. Isn't that Joe Rogan?
Probably, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And that was the only, even though I see so many with Elon Musk, that was the only podcast with Elon Musk that I remember.
Or it could be Lex Friedman.
Maybe.
I
watch all of those guys.
I've never watched Lex Friedman or Friedman.
I think it's Friedman.
Yeah, so I've never watched him, but I've seen clips. But I saw a thing that it said like his interview with Elon Musk his podcast was like 6 hours long. Something like it's a really like 6-8 hours long. I think it may have been that one. Yeah, so I think he posts those on X.
But like, I'm like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that was so much more impactful than when they come and sit like Elon Musk down and ask him for the 7 millionth time how much money he has or how whatever, you know? So I just want to talk about those kind of things, you know, like cool stuff, and make more friends. And also, I really want to, like, hopefully, fingers crossed, get my podcast to a point where my guests who come on this show could benefit from it too. You know, like, put my friends on, put people who are like underrated and other people don't get a lot of recognition, put them on, like, you know. Hopefully all that stuff will unfold. But since you're talking about being on trend with things, have you seen this trend? You watch TikTok, right? Yeah. Have you seen the girl that's like, I'm very demure, very respectful?
Oh my God. Nushin was just obsessed. Going off today. She's like, my coffee, very demure.
Very respectful. I told Roham, and Roham was like, I'm scared. And I was like, what? He was like, for some reason, this makes me so uncomfortable.
That's demure.
I was like, very demure. I was like, we don't do too much. We're very demure, very respectful, very considerate.
Yeah, she's walking around today.
I do it all the time too with Roham. I was like, here's your sandwich. Don't get crumbs on the floor. We're very demure. But to be honest, I love trends like that. I love things that are just like lighthearted comedy. Everyone could laugh at. There's no like push and pull.
It's so funny. I love those.
But now there's drama around that too. Did you hear? There's another creator that came out and was like, I'm the one that came up with demure. And there's people who are like, bro, you can't, like, it's a word, a demure. Everybody says, she's like, no, but the way she says it is how I used to say it in my videos. Oh my God, so now they're like going back and forth about it.
You're way too deep into the demure side of TikTok. But it
shows up on my For You page. And then the girl came back and she was like, this morning I fed into drama, not demure.
Now it's going to start being all over my TikTok.
Yeah, because your phone. Because they're listening and watching.
Hello, Elon Musk. Send me money.
Hi, Edward Snowden.
Edward Edward Snowden.
Do you know who Edward Snowden is?
Isn't that the whistleblower guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about him. I don't want to get canceled. This is not. If you're out there, shout out. I have massive amounts of respect for you.
Wherever you are with the black dark background that you show up in.
I think it's crazy that he went through so much and lost so much in his life to expose the truth to everyone, and everybody was like, "Wow, okay, what else is on Netflix?" You know.
To be honest, I don't know much about him. I just know that he like leaked some crazy classified information.
Have you seen the documentary?
No.
You should watch it. I think you and Nushin would really like it. I know
probably,
you guys would like it.
Yeah, I'd be down.
What's
it called?
I think it's just called Edward Snowden.
Oh, Edward. Okay. Is it?
Yeah, Edward Snowden.
Okay.
It's really good. And everyone should watch it. Not even for the sake of like entertainment value. I think it's just really important for everyone to watch it.
Okay.
Because it's like this was years ago, and what he exposes, if you put it in perspective of if they could do that, then you could only imagine what they could do now.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So we went through the demure thing. I asked Nushin this. I'm gonna ask you too. What's on your For You page? What side of TikTok are you on?
Do you want to see?
Yeah. What side of TikTok are you
on? I get a lot of animes. Let's see. Well, here, this is anime.
Oh, you watch anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
What else? Google.
Oh, like I love these DUI arrests.
Sometimes I watch these type of videos, and sometimes the cops are assholes, sometimes the guy's
People
an
are
asshole.
assholes,
Yeah, so I stopped watching these. I skip them sometimes because I'm like, I feel like I get the anger, like I take that feeling onto myself when I watch it. So I'm like, I just don't want that. Like, why am I feeling angry for no reason watching? Yeah. So, not very demure.
Not demure. Very disrespectful. Not demure at all.
I don't know. It's a random of everything.
Nushin told me she's on Spanish TikTok, and then she was like, she's like, do you know who Shadi Bay is?
Oh my god!
And I had no idea who it was. Ever since that podcast, all I get on my For You page, Shadi Bay, Shadi Bay, Shadi Bay,
Shadi Bay.
I'm like, this is crazy.
There was a time she was on Knob TikTok.
Knob TikTok? What is that?
You know the knob hands?
No. Oh, like the nubs.
Their hands are like a knob, and it's
like a nub. Yeah,
oh my god,
I
I'm
get
so
those
sorry, but like their hands like a knob, and then there's like their fingers. Sometimes there's like a little.
But you know what's funny? I know exactly what you're talking about, and you know what's funny? I know exactly what you're talking about, and the reason why I think it's okay to talk about it is because those TikToks of those people that make those TikToks with the nub hands, they are the most hilarious people I've ever seen in my life.
They throw their head.
I think there was this guy that had a nub hand, and there was this video, and like his fingers moved funny, so he would like do it in front of the camera. I love people who can laugh about things like that. Like you have to be a beast to be able to like mentally and emotionally to be able to go through something like that and be like, I'm gonna laugh about it.
You can't change anything about it. Might as well like, I don't know, like make fun of it for yourself or whatever, like you know,
but that's
like,
easier said than done, you know. Imagine living a life that's like so like, you know, like so much more difficult than the average person.
So much easier said than done.
So it always is. I'm like, you're a fucking gangster, bro. I don't want to get into a fight with this guy, bro. Beast. But what was I gonna say?
He's always clinching.
That's facts. Was that on one of the TikToks?
No.
I feel like that's something that someone would say as a joke. I was gonna ask you, were you on that side of TikTok that was like the man or the bear?
Wait, the man.
Would you rather be in a forest with a man or a bear?
Oh no, I wasn't on.
Do you know what that conversation was?
I with a man or a bear.
So there was this trend that people started. It's also, guys, I know that I'm late on this because this was a while ago, but it's just so fucking hilarious to me. So people started this like, I don't know if you can even call it a trend. It was this like movement on social media of like, women, would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear? Okay. And most women, according to what social media said, obviously with social media, you never know if it's actually most women or most women they want to show you, said the bear. Okay?
Yeah.
Because a lot of different reasons, like, oh, the bear is not going to rape me, like the bear is not going to like whatever. What I thought valid arguments for both sides.
Okay.
But what I thought was really funny is this guy started his own movement, and he was like, "Men, would you rather talk about your feelings with a woman or a wall, or like a woman or a tree or something?" And everybody was like, "A tree, because at least the tree's not gonna judge me."
Oh.
And then there was this guy. This specific like story killed me. He's like, in the comments, he was like, "One time I told my girlfriend or wife or whatever that I was stressed financially,
Yeah.
and that I needed to find a new job, and that I was going through all this financial stress because she forced me to tell her." She was like, what's wrong, whatever. He goes, "After I told her, she was like, I know what you need, babe. You need a night out. Like, we need to go out and take your mind off of things or whatever, and let me plan a date for us." So he's like, "I'm thinking you're just going to take me on a date. Like, it's going to be great. I'm going to get my mind off of things." He's like, "Cool." She takes me to she makes reservations, takes me to this really nice restaurant, whatever. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like, I love her so much. She's actually like taking care of me. Goes after like 2 hours of eating good food, having good conversations. When the bill comes, she asks me to pay. I was like, oh,
it's the thought that counts.
I don't know how thoughtful that one was, to be honest. Imagine if you told Nushin, you were like, "Babe, I'm financially stressed." She was like, "No, boo."
No boo. They just opened up in Toronto.
No, boo?
Yeah.
You know what I really want to try? Shake Shack.
Oh yeah.
Have you tried Shake Shack?
I've tried it, a couple times, but
here or in the States?
States.
Yeah. Where did you try it? Chicago? Have you been to Chicago?
No, I've never been to Chicago. I've been to a lot of like the States and the US, to be honest.
I love Chicago. We all need to go together.
Yeah, I'm down to go to Chicago. Chicago's nice.
Yeah, I'm super down.
Honestly, before, if you'd asked me, I've heard a lot of good things now, but before I used to think like there's nothing going on in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago is beautiful.
Really?
Oh, the architecture, the nightlife, everything, the food. Oh my God, the food is like Chicago's known for like you can eat out every single day, 3 meals a day for 365 days, a full year, and you would still have new restaurants to go to.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, and the architecture is fire too.
Okay.
What do you do for fun? What do you like to do?
For fun?
Yeah, tell me what you do when you're not hanging out with us.
Honestly, I don't do much. I'm mostly home.
Just what's your favorite pastime?
To be honest, I spend a lot of the time I'm alone. I just spend it like sitting at home doing the things I want. Like maybe spend some time on TikTok. I know that's very unhealthy.
Everyone
I spend
says
a
that.
lot
I
of
do too.
time on it, and it's like sometimes I get out of it. I'm like I like catch myself like being in like scrolling like for a long time, and I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't. Like,
yeah, you feel guilty about it.
Yeah, so that's one thing. I don't know. I read some like manga. Like that's like anime. Comic,
oh, okay. You
basically.
like anime?
Yeah.
Do you talk to Ali about anime? He really likes anime too.
Ali likes a different kind of anime. He likes the shorter, more movie style anime.
Because he's ADHD.
I'm not too sure why.
Every time I see Ali, he's diagnosed himself with something.
He likes to watch things that aren't everyone's thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He likes to be like he likes to watch like I don't know, like he wouldn't watch, like, for example, the first anime I watched was Naruto. Like that's like
Naruto, isn't that like a staple?
Yeah, that's like the main one. Everyone who most people who start anime, that's the first one they start with, and that's a really good one to get into, and then you'll be locked in with other ones.
What are the origins of anime? Where does it come from?
I have
Is it like
no
Japanese
idea
or like
that.
Korean or?
So, I think mainly Japanese. Like Japan, it's from Japan, but. I think now like some Korean, some like they kind of.
What is the because to me, okay, first of all, now that we're on this topic of like Japanese and stuff, I think I have to mention my shoes. So Ahmad is like, from what I remember, you might not be like this anymore. Mm-hmm. Like from between all our friends, he's always been, and this makes sense why you and Nushin work so well too. Also, he's really trendy. Like he always used to have the freshest shoes, and like he always knows what shoes are like more. Like he's so like on trend with everything. And today, when I was getting dressed for the podcast, I was like, I want to wear something cool to show Ahmad. Okay. So I wore these shoes. They're like the Tabbies. And then obviously they're not the brand ones, the Mason Margiela or something. Yeah. those ones, and he's like, is that what they are? And I was like, no, dude, these are just the regular like tabbies. They're like the toe boots. I really like them, but yeah,
they're very cool.
thank you. I try.
I got into sneakers and stuff mainly from just retail, working at retail. When I worked at retail,
Where did you work?
I got a job at Vaughan Mills, the like. There was a HR2. It was called. It was a whole Renfrew outlet.
Oh wow, that's
yeah.
crazy.
So we had the discount. Same like we would get like 50% off.
Oh wait,
most
I
things.
may or
like,
may not remember this.
Yeah, that was like
when we were hanging out. Yeah.
So that
I
was
remember.
back then. I was working there, and most of my coworkers, because they would get a crazy discount, they would all be rocking like fresh. Like we didn't even have those like designer brands at the outlet location, but like every coworker of mine was like fresh, dripped out and everything. You know,
I remember you
had,
were
like,
always
crazy
fucking
shoes and
drippy as fuck.
I started getting into it when I started working there. Started knowing what's this and that.
Are you still like that? Do you still?
I stopped. I get into it when I lose a lot of weight. When
you're flexing.
No, but when I'm like how I want to look in clothes, when I look the way I want, then I start buying a lot of stuff. When I'm overweight or I feel chubby, I don't feel good in everything I wear.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Then most of my closet turns into like black and white,
sweatpants,
just
and
like
whatever.
Not even sweatpants. Couple pair of jeans that I know that I'll fit in for a while, and just like t-shirts, plain t-shirts, just different colors.
Yeah.
You know, I go simple like that. But when I lose weight, I start like
then you want to start
buying nice stuff and stuff like that.
When I feel shitty about myself too, like for whatever reason, I notice my closet slowly becomes like sweatpants and like tracksuits and whatever.
Yeah.
And then when I feel good about myself, I'm like, okay, now I'm. I think Nushin called me an Aritzia girly. I was like, what's my vibe? She was like, you're an Aritzia girly, and I was like, honestly, I don't even know what I am anymore. But yeah, you were always like super on trend with everything. I remember that.
Yeah.
You actually put me onto like Yeezys and stuff when Yeezys first became like a thing.
That was the beginning. Like, well, the beginning when I first started like knowing what's this and that, you know. But Yeezy was around for a while, way before I even knew about it. He was with
But
Nike
you were
too.
the reason why I started.
Yeah, I started knowing about it. And
I think my first pair, I think I texted you and I was like, yo, is this a good price for this pair? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and you were like, yeah, that's a good one. And I was like, okay, I'll get it. I have a question for you. So if you reach the point of success that you want to reach in terms of like financially, what's a big purchase that you want to make?
There's a lot. What, you go first. You tell me first.
What's a big purchase I want to make? I really want to farm. I really want to have a farm, and I don't want to have a farm to make money off the farm or anything like that. I just want my own farm with like a stable and like whatever. Okay. And then I really want an Escalade.
Okay, that's very cool. Those two go together actually very well.
I want an Escalade so bad.
Yeah, Escalades are nice.
So bad because I'm so tiny, right? And like a big car is a girl kind of feels
like running all over.
Yeah,
the road.
Crazy, right?
For me, honestly, I love a lot of things. If you give me like $1 million, I'd probably spend it in a day.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, you have very luxurious taste too.
Yeah, I have a lot of things I can't get
that's
right
why
now.
I asked you the question, because I figured you'd have a cool answer.
For me, no, honestly, it's not that cool, to be honest. I'm a car guy, so I love cars.
Yeah.
I'd probably first big purchase is gonna be like, I go to a sick dealership. I probably buy like a like a fleet of cars.
That's it. I love cars too.
And then just have those cars for a while and then just switch them out throughout time, you know.
Cars and jewelry are two things that I waste money on.
Jewelry, I would love to
jewelry and cars, I'm obsessed with, so I fully feel you on that.
Yeah.
Actually, and there's another thing that I would add to my answer. If I had like enough money to where I'm just like throwing it away, basically, like I'm splurging, which is what the question was.
Yeah.
I just want to buy a whole bunch of classic cars.
Classic cars are cool.
And because obviously, and people are gonna be like, oh, you don't know how to maintain a classic car. Classic cars are so expensive, so whatever. I would only do that obviously if I had enough money for other people to come and teach me how to take care of them and whatever. But sometimes I see some classic cars where I'm like, oh, It's fucking
You can
crazy.
get a really nice one that's like everything's running in it and stuff. So you like, I mean, if you have a good mechanic shop that you trust,
that
you know,
specializes in classic
yeah,
cars. I know
then-
some people actually.
Yeah, so then you can get a car that
So
as long
much
as
fun.
it's, because most of the cars you're gonna get it like it's gonna be restored. You know, it's not. I don't think it would have the stock engine and all those stuff. It
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
has
yeah.
a rebuilt engine, but like same feeling. It's the same thing. I think you can get a really nice one for like probably a Mustang, like a 79, 69. I don't know. Like for
I have a
60,
63
80,
tattooed on my back.
yeah, like for $60,000-$80,000 you can get a nice
Oh,
one.
you were talking about the price, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a few that I really, really like. I save them. I go on Facebook Market and search classic cars.
Okay.
I know this is bad. Obviously, I'm not going to buy them, but I have like a whole collection saved of like classic cars that I really like.
For me, to be honest, I've been thinking about getting a car, like a project car, something that
He has a really sick car, by the way. Can I say what car you have?
Yeah.
In case people like spy you. He has a Bronco, which I think
Yeah.
is such a gangster move, and it's like a blue Bronco too. I see him everywhere.
Yeah.
I see him on the road. I text him. I'm like, Ahmad, is that you?
The other day, Arash saw me in the road.
Me and Ali saw you the other day too.
Yeah.
We tried to get your attention, but you didn't see us.
I know. I was probably
Your car is
blasting music.
gangster though.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I remember we went off roading with it one time. Remember, it was going crazy.
Yeah. For me, when I was getting that car, it was such a fucking shitty experience. But I like the car, but I love small, fast cars.
Like a sports
I love-
car.
Yeah, I love it. I cannot wait for myself to
What's your
to be
favorite
able
one?
to get another car.
What's your favorite sports car?
Right now, like if you tell me like what I can buy,
No, not what you can buy. Just if you could buy anything.
yeah, anything.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a controversial one, but honestly, it just recently I've been crushing like really crazy on the Porsche GT3 RS.
Oh my God! Why? What? I feel like recently everyone's obsessed with Porsches.
I've been getting as I've been growing up, I've been getting really like obsessed with Porsches. Like I
Yeah.
think as your
Is it
age
Porsche
goes up,
or Porsche? Because some people say it's not Porsche, it's Porsche.
I feel like Porsche is like
So pretentious, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
what
a
I thought.
Porsche.
It's a
know?
Porsche,
Like,
yeah. Is what you're saying better than a 911?
So it is a 911, but it's the track version. So
Oh shit!
So the 911 might be, I think, faster in a 0 to 60, but around the track, this car is faster. It's just like it has every like top technology you can have in that car for it to be for a track. Like if you're going around the turn at like 180, the car is like shifting its body. It's
Yeah.
It's very cool. Like the wing moves,
Oh,
so it
that's
puts
fire.
like downforce on the car. It's I don't know. I love those type of cars. I
That
wanna,
car,
get a
does
car
it
like
come
that.
in like a 1960s edition? Because I'd love it.
No, but you can definitely get I think there's the 911s, the older bodies. You can get them. They're like shift sticks.
I'd
They're
love
like,
that.
I love
That'd be
those
fire.
cars, but
Yeah.
they're going pretty a lot. They're like they're couple thousand. They're like
I really
80s.
want to learn how to drive standard because there's a lot of cool cars that I find that are like
not standard manual. Yeah, stick.
Yeah, isn't it the same thing?
No, it's standard. I've never heard
Standard,
of
manual, stick.
No, it's
I thought it went hand in hand.
no, it's stick and manual are the same thing. It's just
Standard.
yeah. That's standard.
Come on, you know
Stuff
what I
wrong.
mean.
Yeah, I got what you
Don't
mean,
give,
but I
this is a load of baloney.
baloney. So yeah, I would love to learn that too. To be honest, it's so much fun. Like just
You don't know
it's
how
just-
to either?
I know how to, but it's kind of like you need practice. To
Are you a
get,
good
like,
driver?
flow. I would like to say I am a good driver. I don't.
Do you think men are better drivers than women? Me trying to get you canceled.
I mean, I think men are generally
Just generally
overall-
better.
No, overall, like, are better at driving, but I don't think there are bad drivers in women. I don't think all of them are bad. I think some are just as good as men.
Well, apparently
even
men
better.
have more spatial awareness than women, just in general,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
helps with driving.
Yeah.
So apparently that is the only thing that would make sense to me. But yeah, have you ever had? Do you have road rage?
All the time.
Have you ever had a bad road rage accident, like incident?
No, nothing crazy. No.
You've never gotten out of the car and just like clocked someone?
No, I haven't.
Do you ever get? Have you ever even like? Now you're a married man, so it's different. But when you were younger, did you ever get into fights?
I got like into like 1 or 2 fights in elementary. That's about it.
Oh wow, you're not a fighter, right?
Like I never
You're a
fought
lover, not a
anyone.
fighter.
Yeah. I've never.
So
fought
what
anyone.
do you do when confrontation arises? What would you do if you went to a bar and some guy smacked your wife's ass?
No, then I'd fuck them up.
Okay, then you actually do. Okay.
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like most things can be solved with words, but
I had to pick the most outrageous scenario.
but like if it's like if it's something really outrageous or like someone's actually like trying to hurt me, then yeah. But like
it's over stupid ego shit.
Otherwise I don't see like ruining my night or someone else's.
I feel the same way. When I was younger, I definitely was a little bit more like hot-headed. Obviously, we all are. Yeah. But I feel the same way. I feel like unless you're like threatening me like physically, where I feel like I gotta defend myself, I don't want to fight over like some ego shit anymore. Would you fight someone if they kicked your dog?
Oh yeah.
I would break their teeth.
I'm breaking a couple ribs.
Yeah,
at
for
least.
real. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I love my dogs. Is there anything you want to talk about before we end the podcast?
No, I'm. It's been an amazing podcast. Honestly, I was so nervous, but it's been just good. It's been great. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm very happy. I know that you're a social media connoisseur. As much as you might not like it, you're very, very trendy. You and your wife, super trendy. They always know what's up. And I love that. I was gonna ask you a question before we got off. Would you be okay sharing your Instagram just in case people want to follow you?
Yeah. My Instagram is AAR3Z. So
AAR3Z.
Yeah,
him and his wife Anushin, we also shared her Instagram last week when we posted our episode. They post a lot of like videos of like their dogs and everything, their dog and their cat, which is really cool to watch. And then also, who knows, maybe you're watching this episode and something about this episode resonates with you and you just want to follow Ahmad to see what's going on. Maybe he has something special coming out that you guys will find out about. Who knows? You just gotta follow the journey.
The way you said it, I thought I'm working on something. I'm not.
Dude, honestly, life, like, I didn't think I would, I did not think that I would end up having a podcast.
You never know what's gonna happen.
You never
next,
know.
Honestly.
And also the whole premise of my podcast is you don't have to like be doing X, Y, and Z in order to be someone that matters, right? If you fuck with someone, you fuck with someone. Like if someone resonates with you and how you are as a person, maybe they want to follow you. Who knows? You know, we love our regular schmegular people.
Nothing
at the end of the day,
here.
when everything is said and done, we're all just a bunch of regular people dressed up as irregular people. But yeah, thank you so much for being on this podcast.
Thank you for
I know
having
there's
me.
not much going on right now in terms of like, I don't have any clout or anything like that, so it means even more to me that you came on.
Of course.
I hope you had fun.
I've had an amazing time. Thank you.
Thank you. And see you guys next week. Bye.
See you. Well, not me, but her. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.